Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Mano pumbangama dhamma mano senta mano maya manasache padottena bhasati va karoti va tato nam dukkha manveti chakkanva vahato padam. Mano pumbangama dhamma mano senta mano maya manasache pasannena bhasati va karoti va tato nang sukha manveti chayava anapayini. Homage to the exalted one, the worthy one, the perfectly enlightened one. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear friends in the Dhamma, today we are going to discuss some kind of doctrines in Buddhism. Day by day, we hope to discuss some particular topics in Buddhism. Today, first of all, I would like to explain some stanzas which come in Dhammapada. Have you heard about Dhammapada? Dhammapada is one of the textbooks in Buddhism which comes in Khuddaka Nikaya. There are 5 Nikaya books. Nikaya means some kind of collections. This Dhammapada includes in Khuddaka Nikaya. There are 15 books in Khuddaka Nikaya. One of them is Dhammapada. You know, like Christians' Bible, like Hindus' Bhagavad Gita, like Muslims' Quran. This is the handbook of Buddhist, Dhammapada. Okay? This is the Buddhist handbook. And all of them are verses, gathas, stanzas. Every gatha has a very important meaning. Everything is very meaningful to practice in our day-to-day life. We can get a lot of advice from these verses, stanzas. I chose some gathas which comes at the very beginning of the book that I told you first. Mano pubbangama dhamma mano setta manomaya. Mind is the forerunner. Mind is chief. Mind medade. If we do something with wicked mind, the evil results follow us. And mind is the forerunner, mind is the chief, mind medade. If we do something physically or verbally with pure mind, fruitful results follow us because of our pure mind. Here Buddha said the importance of pure mind. You know, we do everything in the name of happiness. Even though we are well educated, although we are very rich, if our mind is polluted with negative emotions such as greed, anger, and lustful desire, or jealousy, or ignorance, then we have no real happiness. As much as we can purify our mind from negative thoughts, then we can improve our real happiness. Happiness is the most important thing. You know, there are some people here in the Western society, after they complete their education, sometimes after they complete their doctorate, PhD degree, and they think their highest goal. What is the highest goal of people in the world? Self-actualization. In the primary level, we need food, clothes, shelter. Those are the primary needs. Little by little, we go into upper level. We need refuge or safety, and also we need some protection. Finally, when we fulfill everything in the highest level, we think about our self-actualization, self-liberation, self-freedom. You know, there are a lot of people in the world who are well educated and rich. After they reached their goals, they try to practice some kind of spiritual teachings. The reason is they know very well, although they have a lot of money and education, they have no real happiness. That is why they want to find some spiritual teachings. Sometimes they go to Eastern countries like Thailand, Burma, Tibet, India, and finally they go to Sri Lanka. And sometimes they ordain in the monasteries, and they find the real solution for their life. And in this situation, you are so lucky, you can think, you can understand, you have opportunity to understand what Buddha said. You know, a lot of people in the world, they don't know what Buddha taught, what Buddha explained. But you have a very good opportunity to understand what Buddha explained. Buddha's message, there are 6 qualities in Buddha's message. All Buddhist doctrines can be included into one stanza, verse, that I explained last week, I think you can remember. Sabba papa sakaranam, not to do any evil. Kusala sukha sammada, practice good. Sachitta paryodapanam, purify one's mind. Ethang buddhana sasanam, this is the Buddha's message. This is not only our Gautama Buddha's message, this is the same message of all Buddhas who appeared in the world in the past. And this is the summary of Buddhism. And also this is the reality of our life. And also there are 6 other qualities that we can see in Buddhism. When you recite some stanza in Pali, when we homage to the Dhamma, Swakhato Bhagavata Dhammo, I think you are familiar with that sentence. Utter. That there are 6 qualities are there which in Dhamma. One of them is Swakhato. Dhamma is well expounded, well explained. Sanditthiko. Sanditthika means directly visible. Akaliko, immediately effective. If we can practice this message, we can see the results through our life, in our day-to-day life, not hereafter. Most of people in the world, they want the results in this life. That is why they practice Dhamma. And also, Ehipasiko, we can tell anybody that call in one to come and see. Come and see. Buddhism doesn't say that come and believe. There are some religions in the world, come and believe. But Buddhism never says this. Buddhism says come and see. Come, practice and see the results. It is not a force. Buddhism encourages us to practice and see the result in this life. And also Opanaiko, leading onwards. And also Pacchatang Veditabbo Vinyuhi, to be personality realized by the wise. These are the qualities. There are 6 qualities in Buddha's message. by listening to Buddha's message, we can see these results. And also, as human beings, we are so lucky. Buddha explained, Kiccho Manusa Patilabo, rare is birth as a human being. Birth as a human being is a very rare chance. And also, the chance that we have to listen to Dhamma is also very rare. In this situation, Buddha's all teachings can be ordered in some kind of steps. I think in your Dana ceremony, alms giving, I explained the Buddha's message in short. Can you remember? There are 3 steps I explained. Now again I am going to explain the same thing. Okay, that is very important. That is the summary of Buddhism. Anywhere, if you listening to something in the name of Buddhism, you should have a short memory, a short shadow about Buddhism, what Buddhism is. That is very important. If you are intelligent, you can understand when someone explains Buddha, where that person explains. That is why, first of all, I would like to explain this thing in short. Okay? When we listening to Buddha's message, day by day, we go forward with knowledge. What is the knowledge that Buddha explained? The knowledge about our life. What happens to our mind and body. Other scientists, other persons try to learn, try to study outside. But Buddhism always encourages us to study ourselves. What happens to our physical body and mind. As much as we are clever to understand what happens to our body and mind, we are able to understand entire world. Because the reason is that we experience the world through our 6 senses. What are the 6 senses? Eyes, hearing, smelling, taste, and touch, and thinking. Those are the 6 experience, 6 senses that we experience about the world. Through these 6 senses, we experience the world. As much as we are clever to understand these 6 senses, we are able to understand entire world. And little by little, we are going to the deeper level. In very first level, there are a lot of teachings that we can see in Buddhism, how we succeed this life. That is the main purpose of everybody. Even though some people don't believe their previous birth and next birth, everybody in the world, they want to succeed this life. What should we do to succeed this life? Still, you are doing something to succeed your life. The main thing that you are doing now? Learning or education. Okay? Education is the first thing that we should have to develop to succeed this life. There are a lot of teachings, advice that we can see in Buddhism, how we go forward in education. When we are going on the path of education, if you have self-discipline, pure mind, mindfulness, then those things are very beneficial for our successful education. Okay? That is why at the very beginning, Buddha has explained in his teachings as intelligent parents, they have a great duty, a responsibility that they should do for their children. What is that? Giving a good education. Sippan Sikkapenti. There is a very special discourse in Buddhism in Digha Nikaya, Singhala Sutta, the discourse of Singhala. Buddha explained there are 5 duties that parents have to do for you. Among them, one of them is that education. That is not the first one. The very first one is Papa Nivarenti. Our parents should keep us away from evils. That is the first thing. And also our parents should encourage us to practice good deeds. That is the second one, Kalyana Nivesenti. Third one, Sippan Sikkapenti. What is that? Giving a good education. That is the thing that your parents are giving you. As intelligent and kind parents, they are doing their duty for you. Not only education, they are giving you the food for your mind. They are giving some food for your physical body. They are giving some food for your brain, which is education. And also they are giving you some food for your mind. That is, they are giving this moment to you here. And also education is very important to succeed this life. What is the next thing? Can you remember what I explained? The next one is that employment. Employment or good jobs or your economical situation. Employment, good employment. We should find a good jobs according to our education. While we are employing, while we are doing jobs, we should have an ability to help others as merits. That is the thing. As Buddhists, we do everything with intelligence, not only such as doing a job. While we are doing jobs, we try to help others. We try to develop positive thoughts, spiritual energy, especially, in the field of health care and in the field of education. While they are doing their jobs, they develop their mind, they develop their compassion, generosity. That is a good opportunity. Okay, what is the third one? Third one is that health. Health also very important. Okay? Even though we are well educated, if we are unhealthy, everything that earned is useless. Not only physical health, but we should have a good mental health. That's very important. Sometimes we can see in this society, even though some people are healthy physically, most of them are unhealthy mentally. That is why we should have some kind of spiritual teachings to practice for our inner peace, mental health. That is also very important. The fourth one, morality or virtue. Good life, spiritual life, moral life, ethics, discipline. That is also very important. Sometimes we can see some people in the society, even though they are well educated and rich, if they have no good characters, they are not honored in the society. They can go to the society with a good personality because of their some mistakes and misbehaviors. That is why Buddhism has explained, when we live in this society, whether you believe karma or not, it doesn't matter. Everybody likes to live in this society as a good personality person. That is why we should have moral life. These 4 things are very important. Can you remember those 4 things? Please say again. Education. Employment. Again, first one.
Education.
Yes, second one. Employment. Third one. Health. Please say again.
Education.
Education. Employment. Health. And morality. Morality or virtue or discipline. Please say again from beginning to end.
Education, employment, health, and morality.
Morality, very good. Please say again from bottom to up.
Morality,
health,
employment,
education. Very good. This is the first step. If somebody can succeed in these 4 areas, it is like gaining a bachelor degree. It is very useful for a person who wishes to succeed this life. As much as you can go forward, then you can be successful in this society as a very intelligent person. And now in the current society, especially in Asian countries, they sometimes get by both degrees, both bachelor degrees, both master degrees. Sometimes they do double doctorate, both majors, 2 majors. And actually we can do a lot of things because our capacity of mind is very high. As human beings, we can do a lot of things if we have mindfulness, and also if our mind is very pure. We can go far in the education. Not only studying subjects, but we can learn more languages. Not only verbal languages. You know, there are some people in the world, they study sign language too, which deaf persons use. That if we can use sign language, then we can generate our brain. We can improve our brain. That is very useful for our brain. And in this situation, if you like to succeed this life, you have to be successful in these 4 areas. What are the 4 areas? Education, employment, health and morality. Okay, good. That is like having a bachelor degree. Not only bachelor degree, Buddhism explains us. Buddhism has explained the master degree too. What is the master degree that Buddha explained in the second step? Little by little we go forward in this path of happiness. And here in the second level, we should have a knowledge about the karmic law, the eternal law. What is the karmic law that Buddhism explains? That is very important. Karma and vipaka, action and result. According to our mental situation, according to our volitions and intention, we will have the same results. If we do something with impure mind, we will have the evil results. If we have this understanding, we try to overcome evil or negative thoughts as much as we can. That is the very first level as the person who is intelligent in the karmic law. On the other side, we know very well, if we do something with pure mind, physically, verbally or mentally, we will have the same results, fruitful results. With this understanding, we try to do a lot of merits, good emotions, good deeds, wholesome deeds. We try to generate good emotions. And here, with the understanding of the karmic law, we practice 3 meritorious deeds. Can you remember 3 merits in Buddhism? In Pali language, they are said as Dana, Sila, Bhavana. What they are? Dana, Sila, Bhavana, dana means giving something to others, practicing generosity. Sila means morality or virtue. And bhavana means meditation, mental culture, inner peace. These are the three merits that we can practice in the name of success of our life. There are three merits that we can practice. One of them is, what is the first one? Generosity. Virtue or morality. Or third one? Yes, very good, meditation. These are the meritorious deeds that we can practice to be happy. As much as if we have practiced these merits, we can be happy when we think our life. We always ready to offer something to others. In Asian countries, especially in Sri Lanka, we always offer something to others. There are some people who never eat something without giving something to others who is next to him. That is one of the tradition in our country. But here it is difficult to practice. But in Asian countries, most of people, especially Burmese temple, Korean, Chinese, Cambodian, Vietnamese, some Buddhist country people, they always practice generosity. They think giving something to others is one of the blessings for their life. That is why in the morning, especially early morning, they try to offer something to others, especially some food. They mention that it is a blessing for their life. And however, at home, we can practice generosity. We can offer something to our pets, or sometimes we can offer something to our parents, our friends. We also can practice this kind of generosity in our life. And also virtue means good discipline in our speech and behavior. Buddha said, when we do something, when we speak something, when we think something, we have to reflect on it again and again whether it is correct. In the world, some educators recommend to check some people's IQ, intelligence quotient. What is IQ? Intelligence quotient. Have you heard it? This is some of the tests that some people do as an experiment to check some people. Now it has developed. Now some people don't talk about IQ. Now they talk about EQ. When you go to Google, you can check EQ. EQ is higher than IQ. In IQ, they check our intelligence. But sometimes some people who have higher IQ do some bad deeds in a hurry. It means even though they are intelligent, they get some decisions quickly. Sometimes their decisions are wrong. But here in EQ, emotional quotient, if some person's emotional quotient is very high, they don't get bad decisions. Before they do something, they reflect, they think it again and again whether it is correct or not. That is very important. And it is said in Buddhism, in virtue. It is said in Pali language as Sila. Sila means discipline in our behavior and speech. And also meditation. If we want to succeed more, then we have to practice meditation. Even though we are not Buddhist, if somebody can practice meditation, they can improve their happiness, their success, their inner peace. In meditation, we try to train our mind to live in the present moment. We mostly live in the past or future. But if we are clever to live, if we are clever to keep our mind in the present moment, it is very beneficial to go forward in education. There are some students, while they are studying in the classroom, they think something which happens in the past, or they think something in the future. They have lost their lessons in the classroom. If we can focus our mind in the present moment, we can go forward in our education. We can learn a lot of things in the same time because of our mindfulness. By practicing meditation, we try to train our mind to live in the present moment. Okay? These are the merits. If we can practice these three things, our life is more successful than who practice the primary things. Okay? In the second level, practicing and being successful in these three areas, it is like having a master degree. Now we have come to the second level. What they are? What is the first one? Generosity. What is the second one? Virtue. Third one?
Meditation.
Again?
Generosity, virtue, meditation.
Yes, generosity, virtue and meditation. What are the things in the first level?
Education,
employment,
and
health,
health.
morality.
Morality.
Very good. Okay. Please say again all things, the 7 things in order.
Education, employment, health,
Okay.
morality, generosity,
Virtue.
virtue, and meditation.
Again, please.
Education, employment, health, morality, generosity, virtue, and meditation.
Yes, very good. Actually, by reciting these things, we train our mind. Okay? This is one of the techniques in education in Asian countries. We try to something learn by heart. If we train our mind, we can do it. We have a lot of capacity in our brain. If we train our mind, actually we can remember, we can learn by heart a lot of things. Okay? These are included into second step, but Buddhism doesn't stop in the second level. We are going to the third level, like having a doctorate. Okay, in this level, we have not only the understanding of karmic law. We explain in the second level, we should have a knowledge about the karmic law, cause and effect, karma and vipaka, action and reaction, action and result. In this level, it is very important, we should have a special knowledge. What is that? The knowledge of the dependent origination. Paticcasamuppada. Paticcasamuppada, or the dependent origination, is the heart of Buddhism. Karmic law is not unique in Buddhism. Before Buddha appeared in the world, some people had discovered the nature of karmic law. Buddha also explained more information, but it is not the special thing in Buddhism. When we discuss Buddhism, comparing with other religions in the world, the unity, the unique or identity of Buddhism is the dependent origination, the paticcasamuppada, the impermanence. All people in the world, they explain the world. Before we were born in the world, there was a world. After we die, the world remains. That is the thing a lot of people explain in the world. But Buddhism also explains that thing as a conventional truth. But when Buddhism goes to the next level, ultimate truth, Buddhism explains a very special thing, that is impermanence. Impermanence means our experience is in the present moment. According to our mind, when we see something, when we hear something, that is our life. Every moment our experience arises and ceases. When we open our eyes, then we experience something through our eyes. When we are sensitive with our ears, we hear something. We have only one experience at once through one sense. Because these 6 senses are very fast, we may think that all 6 senses are working together. But at once only one sense acts. That is the very important thing. When we see something, that scene is our entire life at the present moment. When you think your college, you have only college. When you think your mom, your world is only your mom. When you think your car, you have only car. When you think your body, you have only your body. When you think your certificate that you earned, then you have only the certificate. We have only one experience at once. Our life is 1 second. Like when we look at the river, sometimes we may think that we may say that this river length is 100 miles, 100 miles, 200 miles. But what is the length of the river? One drop. One drop is the length of the river. Even though we live 40 years, 70 years, 100 years, our life is only 1 second. Every moment that experience arises and ceases. Nothing comes to the present from the past. Nothing goes to the future from the present. Every experience arises and ceases at the moment. This is the nature of the life. But because of our ignorance, when we see somebody or something, we may think that I am seeing this thing that I saw before. For example, when you hear this sound, when I do it again, you may think that I hear the previous sound, but always sound is different. Because of conditions are same, we may think that's the same sound, but it is different from moment to moment. Our eyes, when we see something through our eyes, that's experience also like that. If we can understand this reality, then we can overcome suffering. This is the highest knowledge that Buddhism says. You are so fortunate hearing this message. Okay, with this understanding, we have a journey. We have a journey, a spiritual journey. The journey leads on the path of eightfold path. There are 8 things that we have to practice on this path. All of them can be included into 3. They are, again, virtue, sila, and tranquility or concentration, tranquility and wisdom. These are the highest practicable knowledge that we have to develop in our life. With the understanding of the impermanence, day by day, we try to train our mind. We disciplined our speech and behavior. With the good discipline, we always try to focus our mind for tranquility. As much as we can. Day by day, we develop the duration that we practice. Actually, if we train our body, we can sit for a long time. Because of no experience, sometimes you are uncomfortable when you meditate. But be sure, little by little you practice, you can train your body. We have met some persons who started meditation at the age of 75. After experience, they can be in the same posture for a long time, sometimes 5 hours, 6 hours, they are sitting lonely in the same posture. But they have started their meditation at the age of 75. But you are so young, you can train your mind. You can train your physical body, and you can be in the same posture for a long time with meditation. It is so beneficial for our inner peace. Not only we are sitting in a particular posture, we train our mind to focus on a particular object, wholesome object, like loving kindness. Breathe in, we focus our mind here, and breathe in and out, we focus our mind. We keep our attention in the same thought for a long time. Then with concentrated mind, wisdom means we reflect on impermanence. Then everywhere we look at something, we are knowledgeable, this is impermanent. Please say again these three things.
Virtue, tranquility, wisdom.
Yes, virtue, tranquility, and wisdom. Please say again.
Virtue, tranquility, and wisdom.
Yes, now please say all things. How many things that we learned? 4, 3, 3, 10. What are the first 4 things? Education, employment, health,
and
morality. And next one? Generosity, virtue, meditation. Very good. The final thing?
Virtue, tranquility,
wisdom. Again, please, from bottom to first. Wisdom, tranquility, virtue, meditation, virtue again, generosity, morality, health, employment. Very good, very good. Okay. Now next day you have to say by heart. Okay, that's a good training for your brain. Okay, thank you. And now we are going to end our discussion. The next day, if you have any question, you can ask in the classroom. Actually, we improve not only our knowledge, but if you can practice loving kindness meditation at least 5 minutes per day, that is very useful. You know, gaining knowledge is not difficult. The special thing is, while we are studying these things, we have to practice it in our day-to-day life. Then we can see the results. Okay? For that, that is very important to practice these things that we study in the classroom. Everything is prepared for your understanding, and if you can develop your knowledge and understanding, that is very important for your success, especially as a person who wishes their success in education. Understanding of Buddhism is very important. Okay, have any question?
Yes, you said it's virtue, tranquility, and then what? Wisdom is the last one?
Yeah.
Last one is virtue, tranquility, and wisdom. Yes. Everything is here. Everything is here. Don't worry. When you read very carefully, you can find everything is here. Okay. But virtue, you can be both places. One of them is in the second step. One of them is the third place. I think I thought that you may ask the question, what's the difference? But you didn't ask me. But in the first level, the second step, the virtue says that with the understanding of karmic law. But when we go to the upper level, the third level, then we practice virtue not only with the karmic law, but with the understanding of the dependent origination, Patisampada, cause and effect, impermanence. That is higher than the second level. Okay, thank you so much. By the power of all these merits, may you be well, happy and peaceful. May your all educational goals meet with success. And also may your all righteous wishes also meet with success. May you be well, happy and peaceful. And may our departed relatives also receive this medicine. May they develop their spirituality and may they attain final bliss of liberation. And may guardian deities and angels also receive this medicine. And may they keep their eye on you too. May they also attain final bliss of liberation. May all of us also attain final bliss of liberation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dukkam pantaca nindukkam, bayam pantaca ninbayam, sokam pantaca nissoka, antu sambe pipanino. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.